available for them. Meanwhile, the Chief Executive Officer for Zoom Lion Ghana Limited, Mr. Joseph Sian Ajipon, has promised to support the Operation Clean Your Frontage campaign with 2,000 tricycles.
They have engaged the market space and they have told us time and time that there are spaces in the market. People who are trading on the street have actually rented those spaces in there, and some have even turned it into a warehouse. This is the time that you, the media person, will have to help us to educate the people to do the right thing.
So we are also going to do the next month, going to deploy about 2,000 tricycles. Brand new 2,000, designed for Accra, covered with container, and it's also going to support. So we will have 4 tricycles, 4 trucks now collecting the revenue. Because we know that Operation Clean Your Frontage will enhance more revenue generation.
Well, our correspondent Humu Kulsum Abdullahi followed the team for the Operation Clean Your Frontage and will just join us in the studio to give us a briefing. But now the University Teachers Association of Ghana says it is ready to negotiate even though discussions have hit a snag. This follows several appeals by the Vice Chancellors of the Ghana and the Ministers for Education for UTAC to return to the lecture halls while negotiations continue, while calling on the government and UTAC to resolve the impasse out of court. Panelists on GTV Breakfast were disappointed about how the strike is affecting continuing students. They agreed that strikes affect good governance. It is anticipated that from March 4, all activities on public universities will shut down if the strike is not called off following the 21-day rule of non-academic activity.
The University Teachers Association of Ghana, UTAC, directed its members to withdraw teaching and related activities on Monday, January 10, 2022, until further notice. The association says the strike is in response to the worsening conditions of service of the university teacher and the failure of the employer to address the plight of members within the agreed timelines. On some of the campuses visited by the GTV Breakfast team, students were worried and frustrated about the effect of the strike on the academic calendar.
Things that you're supposed to do currently, since you are not doing them, when we don't know when they are resuming. So any moment that they come, they will try that we will treat them. And the way we treat them will not be how it was supposed to be done. If we would have started it earlier. So like they are going to force us to do things just by force in a way that they would think that it can help us.
Last semester, because of the strike, when they resumed, it was too much because things that we were supposed to do, pieces and other styles, they were pressure on us. So we couldn't finish things that we were supposed to do. So based on that, our results and then our performances reduced.
Panelists on GTV Breakfast were of the view that government must reach a consensus with UTAC to end the impasse.
When sometimes you have a cause and you are fighting for the cause, there will be the innocent casualties, you know. And are you saying that so because the students are going to suffer, university teachers should just roll over every time and allow it to go on? But government has to do is to ensure that they look at the demands and come to a level that is acceptable.
For me, it's disappointing. It's disappointing, it's sad, and it gives a certain picture and posture, okay, that there's something wrong with our governance. Because what these lecturers are talking about is legitimate. They've been at it for quite a while. There've been discussions at the meeting they had with the Minister of Education to plead wasn't something that they have confidence in, because it has happened before and nothing happened. There was a plea. They returned and they didn't see anything. And if we will be fair, they served notice. So when they served notice, what did we do? I'm in charge.
Well, our correspondent Humu Kulsum Abdullah is in the studio now and will tell us what has been happening on the Operation Clean Your Frontage front. Good afternoon, Humu. You've been out and about all morning.
Yes, most
till
definitely.
now.
Most definitely.
It might have been tiring, right?
It wasn't an easy trip, but I think it's all for Mother Ghana and for the people of Accra. Earlier in the morning, led by the regional minister, Mr. Harry Korte, the Operation Clean Your Frontage was officially unveiled.
So where did it exactly start from? Where was it unveiled?
It was actually at the Independence Square. You know, the whole idea is the ministry is trying to create the awareness, educate and inform people that it's important. Most of the time when we go on holidays, we go to the Dubais and we go to all these developed countries. We want to go for sightseeing and see how beautiful those countries are. The regional minister is saying that we can make Accra the same. So the whole agenda is trying to make Accra the cleanest city. So this particular trip, there were lots of security personnel and even national service personnel who all came out to support. The idea is to create the awareness to the market, to the street, the homes, that it is very important for us to clean our environment. If you remember when we were children, there was something like Sama who used to go around the homes. The minister is back. They are going to begin to go from home to home.
So do you mean that the whole exercise today was just about awareness creation?
It was just about awareness creation, but we had the Zoom Lion and the security agencies, the national service personnel. They all came out to join in the awareness creation. Everybody needs to get involved. That's what the minister is saying. This is not about politics. This is not about this person did it, so I cannot also do it. This is just about making Accra the cleanest city. So we went through Circle. There were a little bit of ruffles when the ministry or the assembly tried to demolish some structures. But the minister is saying that if you are illegally occupying a space and you are being moved, you shouldn't think that you do not belong to Party A. That's why your structure is being removed. We all need to come out. We all need to support.
Homo, let's get this thing clear. If it's for awareness creation, yes, and structures were demolished, do you call it awareness creation?
These people were pre-informed. Okay. The idea is that all the pavements on the roadside, you see that usually when you walk through Circle and some part of the business streets of Accra, traders have taken over. So the idea is that we shouldn't just clean the place. We should make these pavements available for pedestrians to walk on. So if you are trading on the pavement, be very sure that when they come, they are going to move you. So today, Circle was very beautiful. Kaneshi was very nice because you see that most of the pavement had been cleared, and then the place was so clean and so free for pedestrians and for even the traders for their own movement. What's going to happen? That they are going to do this for a while, so everybody gets aware that this is what's going to happen, so that when the task force comes around, when the environmental agents come around our homes, we should expect them, and we should be ready to get our homes clean for their inspection. So
they've not started the exercise in the various homes. Today's exercise was just about the streets and pavement, right? Is it? Yes, this is just about the streets and pavement. You know, during the day we are all out and about. So the idea is to create the awareness through town. Everybody will get aware, and when you go to your homes, you know that you need to begin to clean your environment. Your environment needs to be clean.
Accra needs to be clean, it needs to be beautiful, so that, like the minister said, one day somebody can also, a tourist can also travel
just
from
to come
wherever,
and visit us here in Ghana
and visit and see how beautiful Accra is.
So how many places or how many destinations were you able to cover today? Or was the team able to cover today? From Circle, where did you move to? And did you face any resistance? Did the team face resistance from the task force? And what was the message of the task force to the various traders and people who have occupied the streets and pavements?
What happened is that prior to today, the assembly and then the chief executive had earlier on met the market women and then the leaders of the various traders. So it looks like they were aware. It's just some few people who were trying to resist with the excuse that they were not aware. But the minister insisted that all these people had been met already. So from Circle, we went through Kaneshi, and then we went towards Agbogloshi. You know, there's also this rumor that some portions of the Agbogloshi market where the traders were relocated, some of the portions had been sold to private developers. The minister is saying that it is not true. It's just a portion that has been allocated for a hospital from the Agenda 111 project. So we went through Agbogloshi, then we went through the principal streets of Accra, and then we went to Kantamanto area, then we came back to the Independence Square. Then we are here.
So at the end of the day, sanity prevailed. Everybody understood what the exercise is about, and it's not going to be a one-day affair.
Everybody understood, because there were vans which was educating the traders in the local languages and even in English language. And then some of the service personnel had leaflets that they were going around educating people and sharing those leaflets to people. So even if you didn't hear, you have received a leaflet. Even if you didn't receive it, somebody will hear, and then somebody will tell you. What the minister is saying is that a task force is currently under training. They are from the various municipal and district assemblies. What's going to happen is that after the training, they are going to be deployed to the various assemblies. All the traders who have been moved from the pavement, that you see that shortly they will come back. These task force are going to be in the market and on the street. If you have been moved and you think that after today you can go back.
So that does then raise a question of the sustainability of the whole exercise. You spoke with the minister. What did he say about the sustainability of the entire exercise?
He's saying, based on his deliberations with the traders and then their leaders, it looks like they have all welcomed the idea. In fact, there were instances whereby the minister was being given kudos and congratulations for the effort. He is hoping that it will continue like this. But if there are a few people who will try to prove difficult, those are the people the task force is ready to deal with. But he's warned to cause any violence or to hurt people. They are just going to do their work. And what's also happening is that, you know, usually when they clean the gutters and then they put the rubbish on the roadside, then you see that they are not collected, and before long they go back to the gutter. Zoom Lion is helping the entire exercise. The Zoom Lion company says that it has deployed more dustbins, and from now onwards it's going to ensure that these rubbish, when they are collected, are picked,
conveyed to the various.
Definitely. And then the minister is saying that what's going to happen is that he's planning to meet all these waste management companies. It is their responsibilities to collect these rubbish when they are collected. So after the meeting, what's going to happen is that if this area is designated to your company and you do not go and do your work, then it means that the government will be forced, or the assembly will be forced to look again at its contract with that particular company.
Yeah. So, Humo, finally, so tomorrow will you also follow the same team or another task force will be there? What is happening tomorrow?
From today,
what have you gathered? What information did you pick?
From today, the task force is going to the team is going to be moving to the various homes, and then the education will go to the grassroots. The most important thing is for the people to get the information and to be ready for the task force. So the education will go to
the various homes.
The various homes
in the region.
In the regions, and like in the region, for example, and then in the various communities, so that everybody will be educated, everybody will be ready. It is important to clean your environment. Look at how you feel.
So that nobody will feel victimized when really you flout the law and you are taken to court and summoned, right?
Okay. Most definitely. Don't forget that this is not just anything new. These are in the bylaws. This is just a matter of enforcing it.
Enforce. Thank you very much. Humo is our correspondent and has been following the Operation Claim Your Frontage Task Force team the whole of this morning. You're still watching News Hour live on GBC News. We're taking a short break. Please don't go away.
Safety first, yeah? Carry on.
Officer, are you doing the devil's work too?
Oh, yes, the pay is good.
But this driver could cause a lot of damage, you know?
Oh, who cares? Upon some they no pity. Everyone for himself.
Aren't you worried the service will dismiss you for conflict of interest?
Who's going to tell them about me? You?
You are setting a bad example.
Am I the first to do this? Oh, do
you see yourself stopping this job anytime soon?
Not even in my dreams. I should stop. For what?
But do you feel sorry if bad things happen?
Anyone that falls on the bad side has natural selection to blame.
Are you sure you are not the devil?
Make you not do Abonsamejuma. Stay alive. This Stay Alive campaign is brought to you by the National Road Safety Authority.
Go away from me.
Thank you very much for staying on. The ex-pump price of petroleum products have gone up at some fuel stations following the National Petroleum Authority (NPA) decision to restore the price stabilization and recovery levies on petrol, diesel and liquefied petroleum gas products from today, February 1, 2022. The restored levy is 16 pesos per litre on petrol, 14 pesos per litre on diesel and 14 pesos per kilogram of LPG. On the line is an energy expert, Mr. Kwame Jantwa, to help us understand the restoration of the price stabilization and recovery levies. Hello, good afternoon, sir, and thank you so much for joining us on News Hour.
Good afternoon. You've kept me for 10 minutes.
Sorry, sir, can you please say that again?
You keep me standing on for over 10 minutes.
We apologize for that, sir. But thank you so much for agreeing to talk to us. First of all, we are already seeing prices of petrol and diesel going up consistently. What will be the impact of the levy restoration?
Please, I can't hear you.
I was saying that we have already been seeing prices of petrol and diesel going up consistently. So what will be the impact?
Well, the price reduction and recovery levy spent time, and government didn't tell us, suspended indefinitely. So they brought it back, and fortunately it has coincided with an increase in oil prices. Something that we need to how best we can. You see, the thing with all the levies and taxes build up is that connected to other things. For instance, price stabilization and stability is to subsidize gimmick and residual on as well as stabilize the prices for consumers. So it's very difficult when you price petroleum prices up. I don't think government can always bench them. When the finance minister telling us that we need to do e-levy because things are tough. The only I can see is for government the windfall from the increase of petroleum benchmark price that was used for the budget was about $8. Petroleum crude oil has gone up by 90%. The government can use that the increase in fuel. I mean, 17, 15% is very high. Very high. The whole government will look at see what they can do by using the increase in food prices.
So, Mr. Gentry, would have further extended the suspension of the price stabilization and recovery levies, looking at its importance in providing some sort of.
I think government is looking at finances, on a wider scale, and it will be difficult. Otherwise, the first time price stabilization every team in terms of the timers, we pushed it so that we could enjoy a bit of the substitution. But it looks as if now the government to do. The only way I can stop with this windfall prices. But if you look at all the others, they are tied to other things. And it's very difficult. Yeah. Now, when you look at LPG, they could do something else. Why do I say they could do something? LPG we get from our gas product. Currently, unspended company is selling the LPG, and they are selling it at import prices. Ideally, something can be done on the environment. So,
hello, sir.
Yeah.
So what do you make of the international factors, OPEC and geopolitics contributing to the rising crude prices, and how can we contain it locally?
Well, everybody is looking at their backyard. Brent is going up, and we should try and work something with geopolitics. But you see, in circumstances like this, we have what for be efficient. We have to be refining our own. And that is why I think it's difficult to understand why we are accelerating, the development. During the Mahama, they took 1 million barrels from GMPC and refined. They'll do that to bring the price. I don't know my government. We need to bring forth to a set position where we can off. At least in times like this. Because everything is going to go up. Everything is going to go up. Transportation is going to go up. Today I said electricity has gone up. What will go up? It's not.
Mr. Kwame Jantwa is an energy expert, and we'll be talking about NPA's decision to restore the price stabilization and recovery levies on petrol, diesel, and liquefied petroleum gas products from today, February 1, 2022. And the Ghana Health Service is pushing ahead firmly with its campaign to make vaccines accessible to everyone across the country. The idea is to vaccinate 2.5 million people from Wednesday, February 2 to Sunday, February 6, 2022. This will ensure the desired herd immunity. On GTV Breakfast, the Deputy Director, Public Health of Greater Accra, Dr. Akosia Sikeyisi, said one qualifies for a booster jab 3 months after they have been fully vaccinated.
Since the vaccination drive started in March 2021, over 10 million Ghanaians have been vaccinated as of January 24, 2022. Out of this number, 3.3 million have been fully vaccinated, 7 million have taken at least one dose and await